It's good. It's Gano from the gutter. So first off, what does it mean to be renegade? Basically, it is what it sounds like. It's when you was a part of a gang, you fracture off, and you start another set, but you still under that same flag, just a different set. You may or may not still fuck with, you know, the set that you splintered off from. But typically, when that happened, well, speaking from my case, my personal experience, it was because of conflict within the gang. So a lot of people don't know about Ashtabula, Ohio. I ain't even know about Ashtabula, Ohio. But I'm gonna start off by saying before I moved to Ashtabula in Cleveland, there was no gang that I really like. For instance, Cali, Bloods, Crips, Chicago, GDs, BDs, and these different sets, Stones, etc. In Cleveland, not so much. Only gang I really predominantly can recall prior to, to me moving, which was around age 14, Vice Lords, and pretty much that was it. But a lot of cliques, like I said before, a lot of hood gang, a lot of cliques, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, but no major. Like Cleveland is different in that way, you know. But Ashtabula though. So fast forward, my father caught a case. I ended up having to stay with some people, my people in Ashtabula. Now Ashtabula, this little city at the top of Ohio, and tucked off in the corner, about an hour away from Cleveland. But anyway, I'm entering into Ashtabula. It looks like a, country, man. You literally seeing cows and farms and shit. And I'm like, man, what is this? So, once you get inside the city, it's like a total contrast. It's like a small Cleveland, to a certain degree, you know, just super small. But all right, but get to the point, you know, come to find out it's gangland, you know what I'm saying? But it's predominantly Crip, you know what I'm saying? You got some GDs, but folk, but it's Crip. That's Crip land, the entire city for the most part. So, but you got different sets. So you got Grape Street, you got Hoover, and the set I was on is 23rd Wolf Street. Now let's be clear. None of these sets originate in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? These are sets that the OGs come from different, like Hoover, Grape Street, them Cali. 23rd Wolf Street was based out of Little Rock, Arkansas. But you got people that come from all parts of, the country that end up in Ohio for some reason, and they bring the gang shit with them. The difference is that shit never take over. Like we will embrace certain gang culture, but no gang has ever been able to come to, especially Cleveland, and just pretty much take over. That shit is not gonna happen. It's too many hoods, it's too many cliques. It's just not gonna happen. But in Ashtabula, it was embraced. Like I said, 3 different sets. And I'm gonna make this point, man. You niggas that's getting on set 20 plus, y'all clowns. If you getting jumped in, you a clown. So I'm gonna start off by saying, in my case, I was already dealing with individuals who were on set. I never had no interest in joining no gang. It just never really was my, you know what I'm saying? It just wasn't me. But I had a lot of associates, friends, you know what I'm saying, who were in gangs. So at some point, but the thing with me is always had motives for the things I did. I saw it as a way to power up, man. Smoke I had with individuals. This was a way for me. The gang was a device You know what I'm saying? It was nothing more than a device to me. And once I got involved in gang politics, I began to see that there is no family component to gangs, man. That shit is all a farce. 99% of the issues I dealt with in Ashtabula came from the gang. It was infighting, this set. Like I said, none of the sets get along. We may be around different members from different sets, but I may have a nigga that I fuck with in Grave Street that don't like a nigga in Hoover that I fuck with, and they, you know what I'm saying? They at each other necks, and you see how that can make everything, you know what I'm saying? How shit get chaotic in that sense, because how you gonna pick a side when we all under the same flag? You know what I'm saying? But it's different sets. So, I began to see the writing on the wall, and that was pretty much, it was every man for himself. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just a device, you know what I'm saying, to a means to my own ends. But I did have actual, friends and associates that I, had real love for, but I never had love for the gang. I'm gonna be real with you, man. Because I saw niggas didn't have love for each other. So you got killing going on, feuding going on, niggas robbing, backdooring each other, fucking each other, bitches, all type of niggas, doing all type of shit for status, and that's what it's really all about. So at some point, for me, I said, you know what, I'm cool on this shit. I'm cool on you niggas. I had to step back from niggas, you know what I'm saying? Too much grimy shit going on. You can't trust no one. So at that point, I think for me, when niggas start getting in my pockets, or trying to get in my pockets, because the way a gang is structured, you got a hierarchy, man. Now, me personally coming into it already has status, and if you know, you know. Like I said, I don't really respect you niggas that's lower level foot soldier type niggas that's getting jumped in gang. Like, it is what it is, man. But I don't respect, me personally, I don't respect that getting jumped in shit. You know what I'm saying? Even at that age, I'm not letting niggas put their hands on me unless we ops. So coming into it, I already had a certain status, because, and the only way that can, niggas that know, you know how that play out coming into when you first getting on set and you already, powered up, how the only way that could be possible. And I'm gonna leave that there. So coming into it, I'm already on some Chief 3 type shit. And I was never gonna be satisfied with taking orders from nobody. A nigga being over me, telling me, you know what I'm saying, how I'm gonna move, what percentage of my play gotta get kicked back and all that type shit, when, I begin to see really it's every man for himself. So what is the purpose of the game? What am I gonna pay a tax for when I'm out here beefing with niggas who actually on set? You know what I'm saying? It just didn't make sense to me. And niggas killing each other, like I said, robbing each other. So there was no benefit to being in the game. I'm cool, I step back. So obviously that ain't gonna go over well with so-called hierarchy. You got some niggas that's locked up in prison trying to call shots. I wouldn't even listen to what my father was telling me. So I'd be damned if I listened to what another nigga telling me, especially from behind a jail cell. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the issues begin. I'm not gonna adhere to, politics. I'm gonna do my own thing, and conflicts start occurring. So, niggas plotting on me, set me up for the backdoor. But like I said, I got individual associates in all the sets. So I be knowing what's coming down the pipe, pause, before it even, it happened. I'm hearing what's going on. So I'm stepping back, and at some point, it comes to a head. It's up, it's stuck, and I'm not gonna get into the specifics of that, but you can use your own common sense. I'm here though, so I'll leave it there. But so I'm Renegade, but I would never disclaim, you know, I would never disclaim the game because I done that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just you niggas that be talking about when you in this shit, you in it, man. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm a grown man. I done raised kids. I'm gonna do what's best for me and my family. Fuck a gang at the end of the day. But at the same time, it ain't something you can just, you know what I'm saying? Not if you really was in that shit. And if you know, you know. You can't just wipe that shit off. The shit you done in the streets is, you know, so you could be 45, 50 years old and you ain't been active in years, and then you run across that smoke, you be coming out Walmart and get laid down. That's just that's how it works. But the gang, man, is really it's just a device for niggas to use, man. It's no unity. There ain't no structure, you know. So you see that playing out with the whole GDBD, you know, the war that's going on in Chirac, man. You got niggas like Mimo 600, G Herbo. These niggas was BDs and flipped to this. Like, you got niggas flipping from Stone to I mean, all y'all niggas is under the same flag. I don't even understand what all the niggas flipping sides like so to fuel their own interests. That's what I'm saying about the game. So you young niggas who don't really understand what the fuck you doing, you jumping off the porch, you getting on set. I'm telling you, the niggas that you running with, that you doing missions with, you pulling drills with, whatever the case may be, them gonna be the niggas that kill you. Them gonna be the niggas that backdoor you. Them gonna be the niggas that tell on you. It's just how it is, homie. So if you in this shit, you better make your plays. You better be looking down the road at the big picture, because it's only a matter of time, bro, for you get lined up. And it's gonna be a nigga you done smoke L's with. It's gonna be a nigga that you hit licks with and fuck bitches with. That's gonna be the one that's holding the gun. That's gonna be the one holding the gun when you looking down that barrel. 216 Skano, standing on it.